Hi, everybody, and welcome to week 2 of EDC 420. This week, we are going to be talking about first language acquisition. You'll have a chance to learn about some of the theories that have shaped our understanding of how first language acquisition happens, and the process through which children undergo learning a first language. And you're also going to learn about some of the research that's been done looking at how humans acquire language. To begin, I have a quick brainstorm for you to activate some of your prior knowledge around first language acquisition. So depending on your birthday, please post your response to those questions. And then we're going to dive right into the content. And so I've included some readings, some videos, and also some lecture videos throughout to support your understanding of these different theories and concepts. Beginning with a chapter from our course text, Lightbound and Spada text, How Languages Are Learned, where you'll learn a little bit about the historical development of our understanding of first language acquisition and some of the key terms and concepts that have come out of that work. In particular, we'll spend some time thinking about innatism and some of the ideas connected to it, like universal grammar, the critical period hypothesis, and then move towards interactionist and developmental perspectives that have really started to continue to shape our understanding of language acquisition, especially Vygotsky's work around learning and the role that language plays in learning. You'll have a chance to watch a video called around Jean Burkle using the WUG test, which was a test she developed to show children's innate capacity for language acquisition. And I decided to try that test out with my own children to show another example of it. So you're welcome to watch those videos as well if you would like, and see how my kids took that up. And then we'll move from there to another chapter that covers some of those similar concepts, but then extends us into different directions, a chapter from the Freeman and Freeman book looking at first language acquisition. And so they'll also bring in some perspectives from anthropology, education, and sociology that'll help deepen our understanding of what language is and how language is acquired. We watched a little bit of Steven Pinker's lecture last week. This week, we're going to watch another 8-minute or so clip of his video where he talks about Chomsky's innatist perspective and his contribution to the way that we think about language acquisition. And then you have another video that is taken from a TED Talk by Patricia Cole, who's done a lot of neurological research looking at how babies acquire language. And so I think you'll enjoy seeing the nuances of how humans acquire language. And she helps us to think about how we become what she terms culture-bound listeners through the way that we start to attend to certain features of language that are part of our own language and stop hearing the features of language that are not. And there's some extra links there you can also look at if you're interested to find out a little bit more about language development and young children. Then we will move from all of that great learning into the discussion forum. And so I have a few guiding questions for you. Do remember that there's so much that we're going to be covering. So in your discussion post, I hope to see that you're pulling from different sources. So showing me that you've engaged with videos and lecture videos and the readings as you're talking about what you've learned and citing what you've learned. And as with before, do remember to respond to 2 of your classmates in a deep, meaningful way to further the conversation. One of your responses can also be a response to someone who wrote to you if you would like, as long as you're kind of engaging deeply with what they said and moving the conversation forward. So I hope you enjoy this week. First language acquisition is a fascinating area of study, and I hope you come away with some good takeaways and insights into the process of learning first language.